Welcome to episode 4 of my playthrough of the classic... Nope. That's not what this is. This is part 4 of iteration 1 of research, basically. Research and planning. For what? For a remake of Deus Ex1. One that should be very... Wait, let me just silence the blare here. Come on. Oh, still pretty loud here. So, as I pointed out at length in episode 1, 2 and 3, I'm planning on making a Deus Ex1 remake at some point in the future of very high quality, blah 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 blah. Let's not go into all the details again. And these videos are not for your viewing enjoyment. The purpose of this video is that I'm trying to use a reality exploit, or maybe a psychological exploit, that should yield a more refined planning result of this in comparison to me just sitting maybe in my room and drafting something on paper and such. It's a much more dynamic and truth-focused process when I communicate this to you, even if no one's listening. The potential listener is enough. Right? Because I have to shoot as if I'm actually hitting something. Right. So this is the first actual mission. But what I shouldn't be talking about the game itself, but about the game that will merge. Let's see. Graphics will be different, of course, not like this. Just giving it some kind of new experience here.
Starving. Do you have anything to eat?
Soy food, maybe?
How about some soy food?
Don't matter. I just need something in my stomach so I can fall asleep.
Here you go. Do you have a place to stay?
I sleep out on the dock where they unload the speedboats.
Speedboats? Is that how the NSF get their supplies?
I don't know. They're always coming in and out of the tunnel behind the soda machine.
Interesting.
I spy on them from the crates. The code is 9183.
Clever boy.
Thanks for the snack, mister.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah, it would be cool if these character interactions in a future game would be more dynamic. For example, something I haven't yet seen in the game, of course, there's the potential of AI. Actually using some artificial intelligence that represents the NPCs, like some people are in some YouTube videos trying to convince them that they are inside a simulated reality and such things. But I'm currently, at least because I don't have too much experience with AI yet, and maybe we are not yet really in that age, not yet, but in 2 years we might be. I'm more fond of an approach that I haven't yet seen in a game, other than maybe somewhat in Captain Blood on C64, like 30 years ago. Some kind of... I mean, it's just inspired by that, okay? I would have to... I would engage in...
That was good.
I would engage in communication, and then I would select... would, for example, say... friendly, inquire, observation, general. And then I would ask the character, hey, have you seen some interesting shit around here, for example? And that would then be bound to some conditions. For example, if I just came out of a firefight where I killed some people, then maybe I cannot even ask in a friendly manner because my adrenaline is still so high, or maybe I can, but then I would have to develop some kind of untruthfulness where outwardly I'm acting in this way while my inside is really a completely different way, so I'm kind of losing my soul or whatever, if I'm so fake. I don't know, I'm just spitballing, you know, possibilities that I haven't yet seen in a game. Well, and in this way then I could ask people for information. And this guy, for example, has seen that here we have a code that can be used. Which is... which code was that? Conversations. Oops. 9183. So if there would be a rebuild of this particular level, then I would, I guess, have this be somehow a real working mechanism, maybe of some kind of brand or maybe some homemade stuff. So there would be various attack vectors maybe that you can learn in the real world, as in, for example, if it would be something that can be hacked, or something that can be programmed, and you yourself would have to learn the programming language or would have to learn that skill, like it is in Stationeers, for example. Or in the game you would have to learn the make and model of the particular device, so you would over time then assemble more additional information regarding that model and make thing, which gives you potential attack vectors, and then you can see, can I use that here, do I have the particular tools for that, do I have the software, do I, and so forth.
Looks like these tunnels head toward Council Clinton. I can't find them on the map though.
Oh, multi-tool.
I know huh?
Oh,
Pig.
too bad I can't point this at myself, huh? Crap, I didn't even check if I have ammunition. Which apparently I don't. Ah yeah, on the left bottom I can see that. Man, this is so loud I can't hear myself think. What do I do about this? Well, I'm just gonna turn down the computer volume. That doesn't affect the recording. Yeah, head-up display, ammunition. Temporarily visible depending on weapon. Displayed maybe in the weapon handle. Anyway, so let's tranquilize that guy then.
Quiet. I think we got cops.
You're not wrong, we have cops. I have some ammo for the riot prod. Let's be lame, it's safe. Where's this lead?
We got cops.
Huh. Wah, flamethrower. Yeah, the downed person is in view of the camera.
Keep looking. Something funny about that guy.
I'm not that funny, really. It's just an attempt at humor, usually. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the ladders, I guess there would be a radius from which you can access them, and then I would, like I pointed out in episode 2, whatever, you could then assign that as your center. Like when you have a boss fight, you can, or some other such fight, in some games you can select the person, the target, and then you're automatically strafing around them, automatically facing them. And in this way you could say, okay, I'm now attached to the ladder, and then I can still look around or whatever, but my up and my forward and backwards arrow will always have the effect of climbing up or climbing down, no matter where I'm looking. So now I'm pointing upwards. Okay. I'm pressing the forward arrow in both cases. I mean, I'm pressing W in both cases, and I think it should just be independent. Oh, weird enough, now I'm pressing the pressing S as in backwards. Now backwards, still goes forwards. That's wrong, man. And here I'm pressing forwards and forwards. That's just completely bonkers. So I think it would be nice to, maybe we could actually implement multiple letter behaviors so that people could just choose what they do. I think it's not too much asked, and could, for example, be I assign myself to the ladder, so I'm kind of hooked to it. And then when I press forward or backward, I will climb up or climb down, no matter what I otherwise do. It will always have that effect. So I could still look around and maybe shoot somewhere with my gun or something. Maybe not two-handed weapons though, if there's such a thing, because you need one hand on the ladder. And if I press left or right too much, then I will... No, that would just position me, I guess. So you would have to explicitly hit the unassigned key to escape the ladder. The ladders would not catch you automatically, so that's fine, I guess. I have no clue if you can even hear me. I turned down the volume so much so that I can actually hear myself think. I did a short test recording before this video, and realized I have to kind of half the volume of the game, and so I did. But it still seems rather loud, doesn't it? Let me see. Yeah, it's okay, I think. Nope. Why is that guy pointing towards the right by default? Weird. Weird. Loading bay gate, added to nano keyring. Key to Castle Clinton safe. Man, my inventory is quite full already. But I'm playing with some modifications selected that was visible in the first episode, which, for example, allows me to pick up as much ammo as I want. Okay, not good. Ah, shit. What's happening? Why wasn't I outside the view of the stupid camera? I don't get it. Maybe this guy reacts to two alerts at the same time? Playing that like a total doofus, but okay. Hey, wait, wasn't there something about the ammunition? Ammo loaded. Well, I don't have any different ammo available right now, so... Doesn't sound like this would do anything. Do I have the key for this one? I do not. Okay, whatever. NSF-001, smash the state. No? Okay. Can I turn off the turrets? Well, I don't yet have that hacking ability, I guess. What about the skills? Where are they? Do I have some skill points? I do. What about hacking? Hacking. No, I can't do anything on that front. Anyway, it's completely laughably low tech here, I mean, I'm not ripping Deus Ex1. It's a wonderful game. That's why I want to remake it. But oh, what the fuck is that? Look, the Deus Ex symbol, right there. Nice Easter egg. No. Damn. I didn't know that was open.
Objective complete. Agent Navarre will describe your next assignment and stay behind to protect the Ambrosia. Look for her out front.
No, I'm dripping water. Nice. Huh. Augmentation canister, and we liberated 2 canisters of this stuff along with the Ambrosia during the Liberty Island raid, but none of our people are quite sure what it is or what to do with it. Possibly a biological or chemical agent, but without the proper people and equipment there's no way to tell. Libidev suggested we keep one of the canisters in the barrel of Ambrosia here as a contingency. The rest was shipped out to the airfield an hour ago. Killian. So, what does this one do? They are randomized in this playthrough, because that's an option I chose. Energy shield? Or strength? Reducing damage received from flame, electrical and plasma attacks. So that's regarding electricity and fire. Again, the Castle Clinton. No, that's the kiosk. Key. Let's hack this dude then also. Nope. Yeah, I really have no clear idea yet what hacking should be like in that Deus Ex remake, but I suppose that there would have to be an actual operating system running, a virtual machine or whatever, and then you can fuck around with that somehow. Which seems a bit overblown, right? But maybe the goal, the target should be somewhere between what I just described and between what it is right now. Then it might be good for a game. Where is this display at the left top? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the collectible, 1 of 75. Level completed. At the left top you can, here, you can see the special extra thing that they built into this variation of Deus Ex has optionally this feature where you have to gather some collectibles. And I failed that so far, but now I just found what that collectible looks like. Where is flamethrower, dude? Yeah, what's with this? What am I crawling through? This is of course strategically important for the level design, but what is it? Is that a vent for airflow? I mean, seriously? Why can't it be realistic? I mean, no, it's a stupid way to phrase it. What I mean is, it could be realistic, and I'd like that to be so. So flamethrower dude should then be up here.
Funny about that guy.
Yeah, the blue eyes probably. Hello.
I got this one.
Oh shit. Are you kidding me? I can't jump over that little thing into the water. Okay, so one thing we just figured out, that Deus Ex Remake needs some parkour moves as a possibility. That I can just leap over that, basically push on that thing with my hand, and then the legs just are waved over that, thrown over the railing.
Huh? Take him out.
I didn't save. Fuck.
Never killed a cop before.
Yeah, don't make it a hobby. Damn it. Would you kindly come so I can fell you? I'm a fella. The alarm gets re-triggered every time it sees the corpse. Also an option that I chose at the beginning of this playthrough. Well, what's the goal of this? Obviously to
Big guy. He can't hurt.
have the experience and thus have the associations which lead me to the to some ideas like this needs to be changed, that needs to be changed, and also feeling again anew why even go through with this. What's the why do this? Why is Deus Ex so special? Haha, you can't shoot me because you're stupid or something. Hello. Uh-oh. I guess I know why this guy was suddenly shooting at me, because the alarm had calmed down and then the camera up there saw the corpse again, and so yeah. Right? Apparently so. Lockpicking. Yeah, I've seen some different lockpicking approaches in games, and here too I would rather prefer a realistic one, where you have to operate like two handles somehow, which is tricky if you have only one mouse. But I mean, once we, because it's not going to be a team effort with the studio and such, even begin to develop that new Deus Ex thing, which is only 99% certain that it will happen, not 100%, but pretty likely. Once we do that, the whole user interface landscape might already have changed. VR might have become very normal, and who knows, you know? But, I mean, why not just have two mouses connected to the computer? One for your left hand, one for your right hand. Haven't seen that yet utilized. I mean, who has two mouses? Well, then just try it. Maybe that actually works very well. Okay, off. Should not be a mouse with only 3 buttons then, I guess. But that's an option. To make that basically a requirement. But then nobody will play. Well, nobody is my friend then. So. Ah, fuck. Can't see anything. What is that up there? Oh, right, it's just decoration that means transportation. Oh, okay, I used up all my lockpicks.
Objective complete. Agent Navarre will describe your next assignment and stay behind to protect the Ambrosia. Look for her out front.
Safe.
You're inside the kiosk of Castle Clinton. The bulk of the NSF troops must have gone through here to get underground.
So this door can possibly not be destroyed by me? Oh, it can be, and this one also. You can see that here, the minimum strength, minimum damage, power that you need to wield required for this thing to even take any damage. Hey there, person.
You a cop?
UNATCO agent. How does a little boy get mixed up with the NSF?
I just wanted to find some food, but they didn't have any. And then they started shooting at the police. Got some?
Want this candy bar?
You're cool.
Glad I could help.
Hey, I bet I can help you.
Yeah?
The soldiers have secret tunnels. They take boxes into the tunnel under the fort, but they never bring them back out.
What kind of boxes?
Steel. Big ones.
Thanks. Maybe I'll check that out.
Toolbox. Yeah, that wasn't in the original.
Thanks, mister.
No problem.
I got. God damn!
Damn, I thought I had ammunition.
Got it. Maybe we have a chance.
I just wanted to get in that box, man. I needed the TNT for that. I mean, fuck that boy. No, actually, it is kind of half in jest. Now that he has ingested that, I need to take out Dafoe, Willem Dafoe.
Uh-oh. Fascist.
Yep. Sure, fascist. Never mind. Not bad.
Thanks, mister.
What are you saying? Was one of these guys your dad or whatever? That I didn't kill him? No, for the chocolate bar.
Take him out.
To Daddy?
Keep looking. Something funny about that guy.
Where's the other dude?
I thought I was going to starve to death.
But then you didn't. Life is full of surprises. Scissors. One of my main parameters, I guess, of the remake would be to make it even feel more real, because I think that's really one of the key things that Deus Ex1 brought to the table, this feeling of realism, that suddenly it wasn't just a game, it was a world that was lived in, that we could live through, and that had a real story going on. So that would be ideal for things that I like to do, which is adding some simulation aspects. You know, the thing that I already talked about. There should be temperature, smells. You know, that things have a smell to them. That would be. I don't know how exactly to do that yet. One hypothesis was, at least as a first implementation, to have a box on screen that would be reserved for the potential smells, and then they would be displayed. Would be some kind of icon that is more or less visible or more or less colorized, or maybe the screen would be colorized depending on how intensely that smells. There's also, if the temperature is too high, maybe then everything would be discolorized somewhat towards red or something. I don't know yet, but definitely more of a feeling of what's really going on, and a deeper simulation. Actual thermal simulation, for example. Not as deeply as in Stationeers, probably, not phase change or something. But I don't know, I mean, it's quite a ways down the road, and it's completely unclear which team will do that, for example. Maybe Rocketworks will even be involved, who knows. But don't take this as me saying that Rocketworks has said anything. They have no fucking clue that there's some complete idiot here telling the world, hey, I'm gonna make the Deus Ex remake, it's gonna be super awesome, which is, of course, the teenager cliche, except in my case, it's not. I mean, the main reason that I often seem like the total cliche is that I am so open, somehow, to being imagined by people. I know this sounds weird, and it's not yet the time to explain what exactly I mean by that. Because then you would imagine again in a way that is even less favorable, and so let's skip that for now. Yeah, I think we're done here. Let's go out here where Agent Navarro is waiting to kill everybody. And then she's disappointed that she doesn't have to. Aww. Poor fucking whore. Hello.
You were too gentle with the NSF, but I cannot complain. You completed the objective. At least you are not a coward like Paul.
I'm learning as I go.
You just passed Lesson 1. Lesson 2 is how we deal with the terrorists in the subway station.
I'm ready.
The terrorists have wired the platform with explosives and put in hostages. Get the hostages out if you can, but make sure the NSF learn that human shields will not work against UNATCO.
Nothing we can't handle with a few EMP grenades.
We are thinking the same thought. I will equip you with 2 grenades. They will disable any electronic detonators within a radius of 20 meters.
What's with that upper lip, man? Who thought that is right?
Your brother Paul has gotten our troops into another mess.
Good work.
Which key was it again? I had a key here, no? I'm sure I had some key here with which I could, well, say something, basically. Yeah, G. But for some reason nothing's happening. Okay, whatever.
Hall has his units scattered and pinned down by heavy resistance in Hill's kitchen.
We'll take it from here.
A riot prod. Nothing more to be found here. And back we go. I'm not yet sure how the technological implementation would be, because on the one hand the simulation would be relatively deep. For example, the people would probably react to light, which is not that complicated, I know, but that's just one aspect of it. And on the on the other hand, I wanna have some relatively deep simulation. What am I saying? On the other hand, that would be part of the simulation and would be relatively deep with smells and all that, but on the other hand, it shouldn't feel like it's some small arena. So how does that jive? I have no idea. No idea yet. Still spitballing, asking questions, trying to find potential answers, but mostly asking questions.
Guess the cops got what they wanted.
Yep, they did.
No thanks to the NYPD, bunch of do-nothings.
Yep,
Don't let me get in your way, officer.
don't worry.
I'm right here if you need me.
Obviously a friend of the booze. So let's go to the subway station.
You guys are doing great.
I know.
About time the cops cleaned up this park.
Yep. No more smuggling here by these terrorists who flew planes into buildings or whatever. I mean, that's the that's what happened to the 9/11. That's happened to the World Trade Center in reality, but in the game, supposedly
Our country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of the...
Shut up. So, but in the game here, with the backdrop from the view of the Statue of Liberty, so not from here, has this city as the backdrop image, and supposedly they didn't have enough RAM, so they made that smaller, and so they had to get rid of the towers, and so they explained that as there would have been a terrorist attack that has destroyed the towers. Huh. Just wanted to have the goods, man.
I think we've got an intruder.
I think so too. You don't have enough room. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we have, I don't know, it would be cool, of course, to go simulation-wise as deep as Station is, that there would be the potential for for gases, or at least for example for water to evaporate, and then there would be some very humid air. That's actually something Stationeers doesn't yet have. I'm saying yet. The developers didn't say any such thing, but I'm saying that maybe the years down the road it might have that. Who knows? That air can have a level of humidity, and here that humidity might actually, depending on whether, for example, wearing some kind of mask or helmet or so, produce some condensed water on that helmet, so that I would have to wipe that. I think some first-person games even have that your gloved hand goes across the windshield every once in a while to wipe that off. That could then also be a gesture that is assigned somehow. And I had an idea today, which is complete bullshit maybe, but spitballing again. What if you could create macros? For example, the wiping something off of your helmet, shield, glass, might not be a hard-coded thing, but might be a motion that you can somehow configure, and then you can say, okay, this configuration, play that back with this keystroke, something like that. Oh. Apparently the problem has already been solved.
They've moved into the shantytown. Pretty tough pocket of resistance. We could use some help.
I get the feeling you are the help, man. Man, the game is so fucking dark. This guy died, and this guy also died. How was that? A Zyme vial. Always press the wrong fucking key. Am I even recording? Hello, Mip. I think so. But you shouldn't, but I am. But you shouldn't, but I am. Hey, Mr. Person, sir.
Somebody kill me. Anybody?
I'm sorry, I can't kill you.
Please.
Go to a public clinic. They can do something for the pain.
It's true. It's your whole body. Every cell.
You have the Gray Death?
I can't make it. I just can't make it.
Continues on walking relaxedly.
I bet it's germ warfare. The government's got a cure. They just won't give it to people.
Did you just ask me to kill him? Huh. Well, I'm torn. I mean, the message just conveyed with 2 sentences is probably not strong enough for an act like that, so yeah. course. Of course. Oh yeah, of course. I would have fit between this motherfucker. It's of course ridiculous that I'm doing some interactions, even pretty profound ones, basically accidentally the whole time.
Land where my fathers died.
And your sons too. Oh, there's still one of those guys around? Yep. So I thought, like I said, I think you are the help. So much for that. Interesting. But that's pretty original. This is like in the original, this is not modified at all. Maybe in some details that I can't see, but it's not like the level design is different. Yeah, also a thing, in this game, which is relatively confined, I tend to care about all the things, as in I go into every corner and pick up everything that I can possibly make use of, or cannot make use of. That came with the territory, you know. Back then we didn't have any games where
He can't hide for long.
you could do anything. Let me try my luck.
I got this one.
Yeehaw! Oh, look at that! An augmentation upgrade canister. So back then we didn't have games where you could do much. I mean, one of the first games ever, if not the first game, was Pong. Obviously a game with not much interaction. Then we have something later, something like Doom, where you run over the health kit and shoot the foes, which I've played to death back then, of course. But that's not much interaction. And then something like System Shock comes along, which I think BioShock is completely not really a continuation of, because that's absolutely not the spirit that the original game had. That's not what makes the original game special. They're imitating some aspects of it, and I do see that, but it has nothing to do with the feel. The original feel, to me, that was more like, look, we have a virtual reality here, and our computer here allows us to interact with that and to live inside that, and that kind of aspect is, in my opinion, what made Motherfucker. No more. I'm looking for the TNT. I mean, the original System Shock, the first one, you could, I think you had 3 different heights: standing, crouching, and then I think proning, or at least being at the lowest possible position at the floor.
The terrorists didn't even care. They thought I was lying.
Is that so? Tell me more.
Thanks, mister.
$666 for what? So, TNT. And you could lean to the left and to the right, and everything in the map looked like, this thing looked like a screen, that thing looked like a panel. the remake by Night Dive Studios, or who was that? I don't know. Of course I have that and I played it a few hours so far. Pretty awesome. There's also some critique, not from on my part, but I don't disagree with the user reviews that I read that are criticizing it. Just don't remember what it was. I often just remember the summary of something instead of the details, because I'm lazy. But I determine thoroughly whether I can believe it. That's something, at least. But then why remember the details? Because you want to tell someone about them. Okay, I have to do that in the future then. So, pretty much more like a virtual reality than Doom was. And Doom and Wolfenstein 3D was an experience of a 3D environment in a computer which we have never had before. I mean, okay, there was an Amiga game, I don't remember exactly what its name was, that had a 3D first-person role-playing game, actually yes, on Amiga. You know, that 7.21 megahertz with graphics custom chips processor thingy, and that's something to pull that off on such a machine. Sure. Why not? I will succeed. Kidding myself. I actually intended to put that down carefully for the purpose of, but then I failed and now we're here again. Well, and I think a proper System Shock game, for proper System Shock legacy game, one that follows System Shock, which BioShock supposedly tried, but in my opinion absolutely didn't, would have to evoke that feeling of being in a virtual reality, or not in a virtual reality, but in a different reality, and to really be there, to give it this believability. Oh, I think the rat just died. How very, very unfortunate. Sad face. And another one. Okay, I'm just gonna unlock it and hope that this is not a mistake. Normally I just save and then try it out and think, oh, that was not worth it, and then I load again, and that's super lame, and this quasi-public recording allows me to overcome that and
They've got hostages in the subway station.
And just roll with the punches. At the same time, I'm not giving much of a crap right now, so that's a downside. So, let's solve the host ages. The host ages faster than the tenants age. I think we know this one. Yep.
The NSF terrorists in the subway have threatened to blow up the platform. Watch for booby traps. I don't believe what I just saw. Those were innocents. You can't go in and just shoot everywhere. Take the subway to Hell's Kitchen and go talk to your brother.
I didn't do shit, motherfucker. All that happened is the AI saw me and then everything went haywire. That's stupid, man. Well, okay, System Shock, and then Deus Ex came along after System Shock 1 and 2 maybe, I'm not sure.
The NSF terrorists in the subway have threatened to blow up the platform.
Yeah, I saw that.
Watch for booby traps.
One of the booby traps being they might see me, huh? Okay, let me just see when System Shock came out. System Shock Wikipedia. (1994), and then there should be part 2 linked here, I hope. For the remake, okay, 2023. System Shock 2 was 1999, and we know that Deus Ex was 2000. Yeah. So here we don't quite have a virtual reality, but still we have a believable reality. And some big-ass storytelling. I mean, they really went all out with this one. And, well, let me just, you know, waste some more of your valuable time. By rambling, which is one of the things I do, it appears, have you noticed that stories often begin in some kind of very zoomed-in fashion? Very much in the details, in the small. And then things take off and then they grow and become bigger, and in the end you're saving the world. You know, that's often how it is. The reason probably is abstraction. I mean, I wanted to go spiritual just now, but I can actually explain that in a rather earthly fashion. By just saying, well, you're in the middle between trees, and you're seeing them often enough and enough of them to understand what the term forest means, at least for this group of trees. I'm saying you're abstracting the situation, so then you're above it. So in this way, you're in this story, you're in this virtual world, in this imaginary world, in this what's the word? Fictional, yeah, in the fictional world, and you're learning about it. And as you're learning about it from the various camera perspectives and the things told you to you, you have expectations as to where this might be going, and there's usually mysteries and such, and you are your mind is growing basically to encompass this world, and in this way then also the scope of the plot grows often. So basically you start with what's for breakfast, and then you end with, okay, the universe is safe, credits roll. This kind of zoom out, higher level thing. Just like we also play our role-playing games and such, where you begin at the lowest level and you work yourself upwards, which is of course a reward kind of thing, but I think it's also something that is, no, I still go kind of spiritual, something built into us that we are kind of waking up back to I am, to the perspective of all the things at once. I think that's and in Deus Ex 1 you definitely have that. You start as this office job kind of guy, but there's some allusions to some conspiracy and to the plague being artificial things spread around by the government. There were also all these conspiracy theories, maybe not seriously meant, but everybody heard of them. Like the CIA is doing this, the FBI is doing that, and there are aliens at Area 51 and so forth and so on. And they weaved all that into this game and zoomed out further and further so that you would have some kind of world-altering plot and you would be at the center of it. And that might be even the ultimate self-experience for such a game. That kind of concept. Like you are at the center of it all because it's your world, or you make it your own. It's a growth in power, it's a growth in possibilities, and in the end you're shaping the entire world, and you hopefully make the right decisions.
Sir, who are you?
Motherfucker.
I'm a UNATCO agent. As soon as I open the train doors, I need you both to be ready to run on board.
Cutscene.
Okay.
I didn't even expect that to happen, but alright. That is so stupid. Why did they not playtest this? Or maybe it wasn't in the original, but it's only in the revision. But then you can forgive that with the not enough playtesting, of course. Maybe it helps to remove this guy here. That's awkward.
Sir,
Who are you?
I'm a UNATCO agent. As soon as I open the train doors, I need you both to be ready to run on board.
Okay.
Didn't even know he could do that.
Good work. The hostages will be all right. Now take the train to Hell's Kitchen and report to your brother.
Huh. So what happens if shit explodes now? By whom? I didn't shoot. It's so dark here.
Something funny about that guy.
Fascist.
What? Oh.
Careful. These...
I think you wanted to say these UNATCO guys know all the tricks. Honestly, I didn't expect that. Hey, would you stop for a moment? Please? Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, I'm kidding. In case someone doesn't know my attitude there. Because religion is bullshit.
Fascist.
Uh-huh.
I'm hit!
Oh, I happen to have legs. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, one of the things that you have in such a game is repetitiveness. Many corpses basically to deal with, and then you click and then you pick up and so forth. And I was thinking about making that even more complicated. Not that this would necessarily be a good idea, but I'm just not sure, you know, that you would have to operate there, you know, you would have to turn them around like a ragdoll with some control, so not just flailing helplessly about like in a game like Surgeon Simulator or something, but in a way that is manageable, so there would have to be a well-developed user interface. And then you would have to open the jacket, and then you would have to pat around and find out what pockets there are and check those out. I don't know if that's a good idea, maybe that's crap, or maybe we could put it in, but then it's optional of whether you play with that, you know? Which, I mean, seems reasonable, because just reducing that to a simple point and click thing, that's easy enough. So we could have both. We could have the deep realism, but we can also have the efficient kind of approach. Yeah, okay, that's it then. So what about my health? I'm currently also playing Sniper Elite 5, which is nice, but definitely subpar. It's not what it should be quality-wise. It's particularly not for the about 100 megabytes installation size. Oh wait, 100 gigabytes, right. For example, the sound rendering is a catastrophe. I mean, you don't know if someone's on the floor above you or below you. It sounds exactly the same. What the fuck, man? In a game like that, the only thing realistic is a bullet drop? Man. Also, I can't say that I have ever experienced in that game, in the 20 or so hours that I've been playing that the wind played any role. Even though I think supposedly it would. I think I read that somewhere about this game. In the tutorials, for example.
I'll be okay, thanks.
You saved my life!
Yes, I pushed the button, which you could have done, hostage.
They were gonna blow the whole place up! Us, them, everything!
I'm not going anywhere until the shooting stops.
They're shooting. Why do they keep shooting?
Having a laugh.
I'm not going anywhere until the shooting stops.
This guy looks like a farmer, so he is not just a former hostage, but also a farmer hostage. Should I fit someone here? No. An ATM, which I could hack, and the higher my hacking skill, the more money I can pull out of this thing. And afterwards, I can no longer hack it. That's how this is solved in this game. And how could that be solved in a different one? Well, how could you possibly even get any money out of this one? It's not like the ATMs are printing this money. It's in there, there's a box, and then it decides to hand some to you. How would you even hack that? I mean, all the interfaces that you have available are just it's just a numpad here. In reality, and they wouldn't put a USB port there or something. And I must say, do you know the account The Critical Drinker on YouTube, which is fucking cool? I've also linked it on my on the homepage of my channel. This guy also writes books, and as opposed to me, he's published. Since I'm subscribed to Audible, which is Amazon's audiobook service, and that is pretty much very well balanced designed so that you just stick around, not because of the quality of the content, which is fine, yes, but because of the subscription model. Because whenever I decide to unsubscribe, they're like, yeah, how about continuing for 3 more months for half the price? And then I'm okay, let's do that then, and then I try that again, and then usually then it's the end, you know. But then for whatever reason I continue subscribing again a few months later because I've used up all my tokens and want another book or something, and then I'm subscribed again, and then eventually I decide, okay, good enough, let's stop it again, and then they come around the corner with such an offer. So that's why I have a lot of audiobooks, and at some point, whenever you decide, okay, now the 3 months which are half price are over, so I want to shut this down, but I still have 3 tokens lying around, and those get lost if you unsubscribe. You still keep your books, you can still listen to them, sadly no longer as a download on your computer, but now only with a web player that's pretty sucky, so without internet access you cannot listen to that. That fucking sucks.
I'm not going anywhere until the shooting stops.
One of the reasons being the control, you know? They have the capacity to just remove that content from existence and then it no longer exists. And I really don't like that, man. And they could also change the books, which is something that has happened, you know. I mean, currently, or maybe at least a year ago or two, where the left was so very, or the liberals were so very insanely aggressive with their rewriting of history and censoring of books, and god damn it, man, leave it the fuck alone. The history of all of that is bigger than you and your little agenda and your little
I'm not going anywhere until the shooting
and
stops.
the insaniacs that you happen to have gathered around you. So I don't fucking agree with that. Fuck off, man. Anyway, so the Critical Drinker, he has written some books, and so I started with the Ryan Drake series.
What's the situation here?
You're taking over. I've got to get my team ready to raid the warehouse.
What about the EMP field?
Still in place. Your primary objective will be to locate and disable its power source, probably an industrial-sized generator in a large building.
I'll question some of the locals.
I ordered the civilians to take cover a block south of here in the Free Clinic and at the Underworld Tavern, down on the corner.
Maybe I'll start with the tavern. Why'd you have to clear the street?
There's still a heavy NSF presence in the streets, and we're taking some fire. We could use your help if you get the chance.
Maybe I'll do that.
If you need any extra equipment, here's the key to my place at the Ton Hotel. Check the secret closet. Remember? The keypad's behind the painting.
Just like the movies. Second floor, right?
Yeah, and take a charger for the riot prod. We don't need another Anna Navarre.
Whatever you say.
And JC, we'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, I have a little problem here on my desktop. And stupidly, the game always aborts whatever's happening when you tap out of it. Oh, he goes in there. Okay. So Ryan Drake series, where Ryan Drake is a well, basically a CIA agent, so to speak, for a special team that retrieves agents that have been lost in the field or have been abducted or such. And the book is pretty good, I must say. And so, since I had a few tokens that I had to get rid of, I got the first 3, and now I have started with I'm listening to the 4th one already, which I've been listening to all of these while playing Power Wash Simulator, and also a bit of Sniper Elite 5. And yeah, I can say good entertainment, except, and that's why I have to think of this right now, the 4th book has some hacking in it, and I must say, the guy doesn't seem to have the first clue about how that works, seriously. Because there's one hacker guy, character, which you meet right at the beginning of the book, who makes a decision to go into an internet cafe. That's rather at the beginning of the book, so it's not too bad for
I'm not going anywhere until the shooting stops.
Let I tell you this now. And he wants to do something in the internet cafe, but he does no longer have legal access to that because he was in prison because of some cybercrime. And but then they say, well, it costs $10, and he's like, what the fuck, this is expensive, and I don't have that much cash on me, so use my credit card. And I don't do it. That's supposedly one of the best hackers in the world, this guy. And then he pays at the internet cafe with his credit card instead of using the credit card to get some money from the bank and then paying cash. That's so completely ridiculous. And then later, how they eventually do the actual hack, that's also completely fucking bonkers. So, I mean, the books are good, but that aspect, sorry, I mean, they say write what you know, not as in don't write about stuff that you don't know. We just research stuff that we don't know. Of course, read up on it and so forth. To give it some realism, because believability is at the core of it, you know. But write what you know is supposed to mean if you're mentally pretty much deeply involved in a thing, maybe that's the topic you should write about because you care about that and you're proficient, you know. And well, let's just say he's not proficient in IT. It appears. So how could that happen? How could the hacking then happen here? But really, a great account, I must say, and the books are also good, so check that out. The Critical Drinker. Yeah, I have no clue how you would hack such a thing. You would have to have hardware access, I think. But these things would be hardened against someone trying to access them hardware-wise. But then again, if I would have a photo here of a real such device, I would probably see that there's some kind of complicated lock mechanism for which you have the key, because these also need to be... Wait, what am I saying? They need to be accessed, yeah, but that happens from the backstage, right? They open it from the backside, from inside the bank. So I have no idea how the hacking of these guys would work. I don't see a way. Well, it's fetch some money. As if there's no tomorrow. Enter the amount you want to withdraw. Well, all of it. Thank you. But that was stupid, because now the device is no longer accessible. But I will find banking details of some people which I could use to withdraw cash from their accounts, but this thing is now out of order. I didn't think of that. But I think there's another one somewhere here in the city.
We're getting reports of a hostage situation in the Ton Hotel, which is at the southeast corner of the block. When you stayed with Paul, did you meet Mr. Renton and his daughter Sandra? We think at least one of them is still inside.
In principle, this city here is not much less alive than the city in Cyberpunk 2077, right? I mean, because it's right, it's all facade. In Cyberpunk 2077, you have much better graphics. It's much bigger, of course, much bigger. You can ride different vehicles, and there are people walking about. And you can also use hacking on some foes and shoot some people, but otherwise, and see, that's something that needs to be better in games. They always have better landscape, better biomes, and so forth. But that's basically it's a lie. On the one hand, it's an emotion that is conveyed. And I must say, the first Far Cry was great. I was playing that on a 2.5 meter diagonal projection at home after work. It was like a vacation, swimming in the ocean and on the beach and crawling through the jungle. That was really awesome. I played it full stealth. That was really great an experience. So you could say that in this regard it was believable. It wasn't not just believable, but it was real. Maybe, but in principle, what I'm saying is, by giving you better graphics, they tell you even more strongly, this is really the thing. And then and on every turn you experience, though, that this emotion that's conveyed to you is a lie, because it's not real. All the interactions that you would want to try, that don't work. There's only this short list of interactions in there, and period. That's why I think a systems game should rather be the right approach. Maybe even for Deus Ex. With a systems game, I mean something that is built on high abstraction things like, for example, Stationeers is built on high abstraction level things upon which the rest emerges then. So that's why it has a lot of immersion gameplay and a lot of interactions that are possible. I wonder if such a thing can be done for a first-person action adventure. For that you would possibly have to have people who are simulated, who have experiences. The guy walks along here, walks around the corner, sees this and this person, then that memory of that person fades in their mind or was not too outstanding, but then someone with a yellow jacket came along which was very weirdly colored, and then that stuck out in their memory, and you can inquire about that maybe, and you know.
What I'm telling you, girl.
You said I didn't have to. Make Janie do it.
I already took the money. And when it's JoJo and it's something he wants, you gotta do it. You and me both, baby. We helpless.
We were just gonna hang out today.
I told you how it don't play with me, this amateur unprofessional bullshit.
Johnny.
If it's business, it's business. If it's us two hanging out, then we hang out. Right now, it's business.
I want out, Johnny. I didn't know it would get like this.
Put it this way. You in it. You want out is like a gang. You get beat out.
Hey there.
What you want?
You've got 10 seconds to beat it before I add you to the list of NSF casualties.
Easy, bro. Just having us a conversation.
5 seconds.
Girl's got a head full of marbles. I have to yell, or she don't hear me.
3.
She skitters on me. It's my ass, man.
1.
All right. I'm going. Jesus.
Huh. Nice. I didn't think that would work.
Thanks.
Sucks to get backed into a corner.
I was trying to find the back way into Smugglers.
Smuggler?
Hey, you shouldn't have threatened Johnny. Soon as Jojo finds out.
Who's this Jojo?
You can't touch Jojo. He doesn't go out, and there's only 2 ways to the warehouse.
Warehouse?
You think he can sneak into Osgood's at the park, but in the first place, it's locked.
The park? Where UNATCO has the NSF pinned down?
And if you go underground, he's got laser tripwires, drone guns, military-type stuff, plus there are guards on the roof.
Tell you what, I'll handle Jojo. You stay out of the way until the NSF have pulled back.
I can take care of myself.
You mentioned a smuggler.
Tough guy like you, figured you'd be a big customer.
What's he sell? Weapons? Drugs?
High-priced weapons, yeah, you should talk to him. His place is over near the subway. You have to give him the password Bloodshot or he won't let you in.
Thanks.
Thanks already, now leave me alone.
Thanks already, not leave me alone. I guess I just missed the transmission. Is that in my vault somewhere? That's sucky that this works like this. Conversations. Oh. Huh. Bloodshot. Yeah, mouse smoothing would be nice. That would the game would definitely have that adjustable mouse smoothing. What's happening?
All clear.
Huh. I was a little bit slow, but that's one thing. I would right. I defined it so that
we took him out.
Yeah, you did. At the beginning of the playthrough, or whatever you want to call this, I defined it so in the options that if you pause, if you call this inventory, for example, the game does not actually pause. And the reason was that I wanted some more tension. But that was possibly not the best choice. Also, maybe there should have been a choice between full speed, half speed, or something like this, but this is relatively sophisticated for an old game engine like this, or for an old game like this, to have different reality speeds. At some point they became completely... What's this? Normal? Osgood and Sons, front door key. No dogs allowed. Okay, spoilers. I like that. So, that's the clinic.
We have the situation under control, Agent. We sent some of the civilians into the clinic.
But okay, what I'm thinking about for that game is that you have some kind of hotkey that allows you to interact. I would, for example, let's just think this would be stationaries. I press the left Alt key, now I have the mouse pointer. This would freeze reality or let it play out in a very, very, very slow speed. How slow? Maybe that could even be changed over time, or could be adjusted in the preferences or something. There's lots of potential for dynamicity there. And then I could, for example, pick out the gun. And why? Because in reality I have my full body available. My hands are hanging down at my hips, and if there would be a gun there, for example, I could just feel it and then take it out and fire, as an example. And I would prepare myself for such scenarios in this way, if this were reality, of course. Here I cannot do that. Here I only have this abstract form, And if we would stick with this abstract form, which I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, but you know, I need to have some foundation, then I would press Alt, so get the mouse pointer, and then I would select the gun while the game is frozen or is playing at 1/10 reality speed or whatever, so I have time to interact with this unrealistic interface, overcoming thus the fact that I'm just interacting with the computer here with this narrow interface. I don't have sense of smell, sense of balance, cold, warm, actual adrenaline, fear, cannot touch with my hands and all of that. That's why most games have some kind of airspeed. Here too, I guess. Yep. I'm jumping and then I'm pressing right. Yep. Yep. Because, you know, to overcome the fact that the interface is so narrow. So there basically some unrealism is being overcome by adding more unrealism. And that's something that's definitely missing in Stationeers. I mean, it's nice that it is so realistic, but I mean, the other aspects which are not realistic, you cannot control how far you jump and such, and that's understandable. They are then standing out like a sore thumb and they get in the way. And so that's once again one of those moments when you think, God damn it, the Stationeer interface is so shitty. Which it's not, it's just very questionable, and in some regards, it's shitty. So I'm very much a friend of having a mouse pointer available in the game, so you could interact with stuff. For example, here I could hit the Alt key, and then I have the mouse pointer, or it's not the Alt key, I don't give a fuck, but you would have this hotkey that you hold down, and then I would go here to the gun, and I would immediately have a pop-up menu. Maybe I would even have all the interactions visible immediately, like I press the key and everything that's interactable right now would be maybe even the light over there. It depends. Some things would be too far away not to interact, of course. I cannot interact with the light from here, but to even understand what interaction might be possible. So there could be a two-stage thing. One level, you can see at least what you can do. Second level, you're close enough to actually do it. And you would see all those interactions of level 1 basically, and but you cannot use them because they're too far away. But anyway, they would be hardly visible. You would see there's something, you could see there's something, and then you move there with the mouse pointer, which makes that more visible, and the other things fade out because they're further away from the mouse pointer, for example. And here with a gun I could pick it up maybe, or could take out the ammunition, or check for ammunition. I guess this taking out the ammunition is not a good idea. Maybe try to loot, try to take out the ammunition. That would work, but not actually take out, because that implies that you know there's some in there. But what I definitely want to have in that game, in that new Deus Ex, is proper gun handling. That you can pull back the slide to see if there's still a round in there, or you can pull it back fully to let it jump out of the chamber. Stuff like that, you know? I want proper, like in Receiver, like in the game Receiver. There's a game on Steam that is called Receiver. If you don't know it, check it out. It's not awesome, but it has realistic gun handling, and so that's basically a collector's item for people who are interested in game design.
I know I heard something.
Who was that? I didn't see. That's him. He's a cop.
God damn it, they can see me? Maybe they can see my light. Yeah, I'm still around. Is that guy out there now? God damn it. Hey,
Fascist. This guy wasn't just a grunt. What's going on?
Huh, maybe I should have used the health kit. Uh-oh. Ah, fuck. Yeah, this game doesn't have autosave. So what did we just learn? That game, the new one, must have autosave. with some rotation, of course, like in stationeers. So you don't like override some important stuff, but you also don't lose what you just did there. Nice. Oh, collector's item. What just happened? Ah, stupid interface. And now I would have to waste another lockpick on this. God damn it.
Denton. Hey, it's Denton.
You want these?
What? Give him the grenades.
Look, I know he's your brother, but...
Your brother gave us these things. Look at this. Irritation to all exposed mucous membranes. What's that gonna do?
Just tell Paul to give us bullets next time.
Here's one. Prolonged exposure can damage the bronchial pathways. Prolonged exposure? It's like giving them cigarettes or something.
Look, do you want these things?
Huh. Well, they're not gonna use them anyway.
Sure, hand them over.
Here you go, with my compliments. Good luck.
Sorry, he's a little worked up. Effective crowd control? What's that supposed to mean?
Stay out of the ton, bro. Bad shit going down.
The looting and the shooting.
All clear.
Maybe there should also be something like an arbitrary height control. I mean, I already said that, I think in episode 2 of this Wicked series, that when you're looking at, I don't know, maybe this device here, that you should be able to control the camera more freely. For example, I can't get closer right now. Oh, what's that? Can't get closer right now, but still you should be able to look there more closely, like a free floating camera. Because just like in the spirit of this air control thing, where you jump and can still move in the air, even though that's unrealistic. Because in reality, you could do such a thing. You would have more possibilities in motion and in how you move. And you would also be able to control, not to just be as high as this or as high as that, but you would have more complex ways of more complex stances available to you. And I'm not sure if I would go as far as Tory Bush, where you can configure your entire body, how it moves, and then you would create some macro for that to allow certain stances over these guys who are a bit closer but not as far down like this, and yeah, we wouldn't feel this awkward. I think a free camera adjustment would make more sense. One that maybe then slowly fades back to what normal means, you know? Can move the camera down here and so forth and so forth, and then when you start moving again, then it comes back to the normal walking height or the normal crouching height. That sounds good. The original music was so great, but the music they put in here is also great. I mean, great work, man. No wonder, this is really a cultural phenomenon almost. Let's say Deus Ex, right? But I have no qualms attempting that remake eventually, because at the time, I can promise you, if that happens, the quality and the, let's just say most people will agree with the outcome. Yep. You cannot promise that. Yes, I can, because it's like a coffee filter, you know? You don't get something in your cup before it hasn't run successfully through the filter. But okay, for some reason I want to stop this episode now, and I will. Ha! Auf Wiedersehen.